Hello everyone, welcome back again to this crazy land of Smite that I have not been here for quite a while. And, I mean, I just had to come back because look at this cute little scroll right here. Look at Rat Task. He's so cute looking. Look at the little rat. Okay, but anyway, back to what I'm here to talk about. Or builds. So, I see a lot of people. This goes for pretty much any game. What's the best build? I was just for games like Call of Duty, or people like, oh, what's the best class? What's the best gun? Everyone wants to know what's the best. The best. And, well, can't really blame people for wanting that because they want to be the best. And to be the best, you kind of need to know what the best stuff is. But then, it also comes to this point that I'm going to make very quickly. There is no such thing as the best. I'm not going to be able to sit here and tell you on someone like, I don't know, what would be a good example here? Cabrakan. I'm not going to be able to sit here and tell you right now what the best build is for Cabrakan because it's going to depend on what the enemy team is using. It really does. There is something that people need to learn about builds. That the best way to do a build is by counter building. I don't see a lot of people doing it. I don't see a lot of people counter building. You'll see a lot of like top tier / pro players counter building, and I'm not saying by any means that I'm a top tier player because I'm not that great at the game. But I don't know, outside of hunters and kind of guardians, as far as assassins, mages, and warriors go, there's really no set build. You just have to think about what your god is good at doing and what the enemy team is doing. Because someone like Arachne is not going to be built the same way as a Willix. Probably. You shouldn't, for the most part. I mean, Bastet is going to be built completely different than Bakasura. Bellona will be built differently than like Chalk or Tyrville. Just because of that's just how they work. Having a game with 4 mages and one, I don't know, assassin, you're gonna build more tankiness than, like, more magic defense than you will physical defense because they got freaking 4 mages. They got 4 magic. It's tough. As far as hunters go, hunters have very set builds. There's 2 builds that are competitively viable right now. This is for the Xbox One version. I don't remember when the new patch comes out for PC. But I think the patch that killed the Heartseeker build I think it already came out though. I don't remember. I've been a little off on my Smite for PC lately. But for right now, in the current state of hunters, there are 2 builds. One is the Heartseeker build, another is just the standard build. Heartseeker build is going to be more powerful right now. Standard build will be better late game. Although Heartseeker build, you will set the Heartseeker and Aussie for Bloodforge and Malice, preferably Malice. If you don't know what the standard or Heartseeker build is, go check out my videos. I did a video on the Heartseeker build and one on hunter builds in general. You can probably go to that one. I kind of messed with the Heartseeker build a little bit when I just did my standard guide on hunters because that was about the time when that build was just coming out, and I actually really didn't mess up on it because I said to get boots before Aussie, and you can do that. That's perfectly viable, but I prefer to get the Aussie before the boots for the lifesteal. But if you're playing someone like Neath, you don't have to have that. But that's also personal preference because once again, there's no perfect build that you have to build a certain way every time. Because even there's you got a choice. Do you want to build boots for the movement speed or the Aussie for the lifesteal? You got a choice. And you have to decide which one fits your playstyle. Even with the standard build. After you get it all built and you're going to go sell Ichable at the end of the game, you can build Malice, you can build Oboe, you can build Aussie. Just depends what you need to build or what you want. Guardians kind of have a set build. If you're playing support, it doesn't have to be Guardian. If you're just playing the support role, you have to build Sovereignty, Heartward, and preferably even Magi's Blessing. That's just kind of what you have to do. You're playing support. You don't have much of a choice because that's kind of what your role does. Of course, someone like Ymir, Sobek, Hades, Athena, Kabrakan, they could be played in more than just support. Well, Hades and Kabrakan should not be played support. Do never ever play support. They're not good at support. But some of them can be played solo. Some of them can be played jungle. Some of them can be played both. Actually, they could both. Well, yeah, Sobek and Hades cannot play jungle. They can only play. They should only do solo. But Ymir, Sobek, Hades, Athena, Kabrakan can play solo, and Ymir, Kabrakan, and Athena can play jungle. It's actually good. I mean, Athena's even been played mid. Guardians are very powerful right now. But is there really a way that you have to build them each time? No, there's not. There's obviously good items that you get, like Ethereal. That's very good. Mystical Mill is good. If you want to get that, you could also get Breastplate of Valor if you wanted for the cooldown reduction. Just depends what you want, really. I mean, Void Stone's probably gonna be, your choice for magical protection for the penetration. Rao to Hoodie for the the extra damage. But outside of that, I mean, you're gonna be doing a lot of damage with the Guardians. So do you want to build more defensively so you can have that extra frontline presence? Because 2 or 3 Guardians on a team is super powerful. Or I mean, you're gonna be a Guardian, so you're probably gonna be kind of tanky, just as is from your stat gain. So you can just build more damage if you want to. It's personal choice. It just depends on what the team is building. I mean, if they also have a pretty tanky lineup, you probably won't need as much defense. You'll probably just want some more offense just to, try to kill them. Like I said, all depends. Assassins, you gotta look and see what type of assassin you're playing. Are you playing a basic attack assassin or ability-based assassin? Someone like Bastet is not gonna want Executioner, Rage, and Deathbringer because they're not a good auto attacker. Like Bastet's passive. If you hit an enemy guy with one of your 3 main abilities, Pounce, Declaw, and what's the other one? It's like Razor Whip. Yeah, Razor Whip. Then your next ability gets 15% extra damage from either Pounce, Razor Whip, or Declaw. It doesn't affect your ultimate, but Bastet's ultimate, her cats are already powerful enough as it is, for the most part. Someone like Bakasur. Bakasur just wants attack speed. He has true damage from his Butcher Blades. He doesn't need that much damage. He just wants attack speed. Relix is strange because she can be built either auto attack or ability based. That goes for a lot of these gods. Fenrir is another one just like that. Ability based or auto attack. Just depends what you want. Ability based is Fenrir is much better early. Auto attack based is much better late game. I like to build Fenrir as a bruiser. I like to build him kind of tanky. That's just kind of how I like to. It's just how I like to play him, and it works for me. Serket is an ability-based god, but you also gotta have to learn these gods because Serket's one, her Zigzags of Doom. I like to call. I think it's called Sidewinder. I think it's what it's actually called. Oh no, it's called Deathbane. Well, okay, I'm an idiot. I just shows how much I play Serket, but I do know this. Serket was Deathbringer. She probably wants Malice too, because, well, why would you want to build crit on an ability-based god? Because her one can crit people. Yeah. For a stupid amount of damage. And if you get your combo off because your 1, 2, and ultimate puts a debuff on them, where it also stacks, so you can get all 3 of them. If you can get all of those stacks on them at one time, your next basic attack is just going to do an insane amount of damage. And imagine if that crits. That's retort. I would not build I would not build Rage on Circuit because the passive on Rage does not proc on her one. So yeah. So if you use your one, you don't get a crit on them. You won't get the increased chance to crit. So yeah, there's that. Thanatos is kind of a strange god that I like to build, get some damage on him early and then get a little bit of tankiness late game, because Thanatos falls off hard late game, and the best way to stay alive on a god that falls off late game is to build defense. Because if you're still alive, you're still doing damage and you're still helping out the team. But yeah, Mercury is a god that's gonna want an early Deathbringer. He's even the only god that you actually want to build Golden Bow on, because Golden Bow is a terrible item, except on Mercury. It's actually pretty good on him. Most of these guys, since you're also melee, all the assassins are melee, and you're going to want to get probably Magi's Blessing. I like to build Magi's Blessing on all of them, except for one god that's Loki, because his invisibility is very powerful for getting away. Everyone knows that Loki is just a big douchebag. Although I still love you, Loki, but you're a douchebag. Mages should just be built with a lot of damage. That's kind of about it. Lifesteal sucks on mages, which I've already gone over before for most of them, except for a couple of gods like Anubis wants lifesteal. That's still super powerful. Bancraft's still a good item, even though it's a lifesteal item because of the amount of damage it gives you. Pythagoras piece is not that bad of an item. It's okay. It's fine. It gives you cooldown reduction. Speaking of cooldown reduction, you want to get max cooldown reduction. Next cooldown reduction is regular on mages, because if you're not using your abilities, then you're not doing a whole lot. Also, you gotta think about what penetration item you want. You want demonic grip? Are you a basic attack heavy mage like Freya Kronos? Do you want obsidian shard? Do you just have a bunch of burst damage abilities like Scylla or Giannis? Do you have a bunch of damage over time dots? Well, just build Spear of the Magus. Are you a healer? Get a Lotus Crown. It's very good. And that's if you want to go more utility based. If you want to go more damage, don't build Lotus Crown. If you want to go more ability based, like on Raw, you want to go utility Raw, get a Lotus Crown. It's very good. Or you can just build Raw with a bunch of damage. Either way, it works for him. You can get stacking items. You get Book of Thought that gives you an insane amount of damage. Warlock Sash is not that good right now because you have to spend like 10 minutes stacking it. Book of Thought is great because you can just build it much later in the game, and you don't really need the stacks on Book of Thought because it only gives you like 20 something extra power. Doom Orb is also very good if you want to get it early. I mean, there's different ways to play these guys. I mean, you can get a little bit of defense. I mean, I've seen Kiki, the mid laner for AFK. He's built a Breastplate of Valor on Isis because he was getting picked on by physical gods and having trouble staying alive. So he was like, I need some physical defense. And he picked Breastplate because it gave him the cooldown reduction and some mana. And you know what? After he built it, he was able to stay alive pretty well. Well enough to at least get his abilities off to help his team win the game and get kills. So no, it just all depends. You gotta think about what mages right now are kind of weaker, at least on the Xbox version right now. As far as the game goes for Xbox, they're weaker than Hunters and Guardians. Those are going to be your two powerhouses right now. And right now, mages are kind of played. Mages are in a strange spot. They kind of have to help out the team. That's kind of all my point on mages right now. You just gotta think, like, some people like to build just a lot of damage on Giannis. They like to rush that Doom Orb. I like to rush cooldown reduction on Giannis. It's all personal opinion. But, I mean, either way, full damage Giannis or more utility based Giannis, either one of them are bad. Just like Raw. Just depends what you want. I mean, like, as far as boots go at the beginning, you can either get power boots or cooldown reduction boots. I, most of the time, like to get power boots because it's going to help you out more early. But late game, cooldown reduction boots are going to be better than power boots. And then we come to Warriors. My favorite because my two favorite gods are warriors, Bologna, and even though Fenrir's not showing up here, Fenrir should be over here in this last spot under Odin because I play him as a bruiser warrior. Whatever. Made sense in my head. Just let me have my moment. This. These are also gods. These are probably the most important gods that you should counter build with. Because you're here, you're kind of a soft carry, except for mana. And maybe even Bologna. Maybe. Bologna doesn't quite carry as hard as a hunter, but Vimana can. Vimana is insane. But I'll get to Vimana in a minute. You're going to want a nice mix of defense and offense. I like to build 3 defensive items on most of these, except for maybe Bologna and Vimana. Mostly. You can get away with just getting 2, because sometimes I just do 2. Sometimes. Just depends. Just depends. I like to, when I play warrior, I like to feel, once I get feeling tanky, I feel like I can survive through the fights, then that's kind of when I focus more on my damage. Once again, just like assassins, you gotta look and realize: are you playing an auto attack god or a base or a ability based god? Someone like Bologna is more of an auto attack god. Chak is either way. Guan Yu is ability based. Hercules ability based. Odin ability based. Osiris is auto attack. Sun Wukong could be, I would say either way, but I like him a lot better ability based. Tyr ability based. Vimana auto attack based. Or he can be built ability based too if you want to. But I think you're losing a lot of potential for your big baby. Yeah, you build him ability based. But his ability still can do a pretty decent bit of damage. Anyway, now Vimana is kind of the exception here because he is really a hyper carry. I mean, I went something like 32-1 with him in a game of Conquest. He can carry a game hard. I mean, the enemy team had 2 hunters, and this is part of counter building because they had 2 hunters. I just straight up built I had a Stoner Gaia and Hide the Enemy Line as my defensive items. Whenever the hunters would attack me, they were taking 20% damage back to them. I was getting life back because of Big Baby and Stoner Gaia. I also had Shield of the Underworld. So whenever they were doing more damage, so that's even more damage reflected back to them. And they couldn't heal back up because Shield of the Underworld prevents healing. I had Sprint 3, so they couldn't get away from me. I had Executioner, I had Rage and Deathbringer, I had Crit. I was just melting them because they couldn't do anything to me. I was unkillable. I died the one time because I just went in and the Titan killed me. That was the one time I died. They all decided to come out base and attack me while I was attacking the Titan. That's how I died. Yeah. They just couldn't kill me. Now some of these guys can be played support. Guan Yu can be played support. Hercules, Odin, Sun Wukong. I've seen Bologna played support, but Guan Yu and Sun Wukong are probably the 2 best for that role. Hercules is still very good though support because, well, everyone knows how hard it is to kill Hercules when he's tanky, and when he's playing support when he's just going pretty much full tank. Well, you get the idea. But yeah, as far as that goes, it just depends what you want. I like to build, as far as physical defensive items go, Rune Forge Hammer is good. It's cheap, gets you damage. Mystical Mail is the expensive alternative, but it's super good if you build it early. If you're going to build it, just rush it at the beginning. It's very good. It's a very powerful item. Midgardian Mail is good against a basic attack heavy team. Hide the Enemy Line is good if the enemy team has 2 hunters or more. Which, if they have more than 2 hunters, then I don't know. That'd probably be a pretty scary team, actually. But as far as magical defensive items go, Stoner Guy is good. Pestilence could be good if they have healing. I have to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay, went away. And Bulwark of Hope is good too. You could also do I honestly kind of like Mail Renewal. I think it's actually not that bad of an item. I don't know, that would be stretching it some. If your team has a lot of physical, you could also get a Void Shield. It would give all your physical more penetration. That's helpful. Those that I can't remember what the. I gotta remember what the name of this item is. It's not something I use very often. I don't think it's super great, but it has a Runic Shield. It's not that bad of an item. It does things. It's cool. Hide the Urchin is also good that you can build on them. Any of the robes, Hide the Urchin, Spirit Robes, or Magi's Blessing is good to build. Wing Blade's also a very good item to build on warriors and guardians, or even mages and assassins can use them too. I mean, if the enemy team has a bunch of slows, Wing Blade's good. It gives you a bunch of stats that, I mean, not really anyone's gonna not want. Wing Blade's a very good item. But yeah, that's gonna about do it. That's about really all I can go over for each class as far as builds go, because like I said at the beginning, there's no such thing as the best build. There's just counter building and trying to make your build as optimal as possible. If you ask me for the best build for a god, I won't be able to tell you. I could just give you my opinion on what I like to build on the god and what items I think are good for the god, but that won't make it the best, because every game is different. It's all situational. Have to counter build, and you kind of have to have an optimal build. You just have to think, what makes a build optimal? Well, you gotta think of the items that will fit for. You have to kind of have a plan for what you're trying to do in that game, and you have to build the items that fit that plan and also fit the god that you're playing. Crit did a great. He had a great article about what makes a build good, and I'm gonna try to find it and post it down in the description if I can find it. Hopefully I will. I might not have found it by the time this video goes up, but at some point I will find it again. I'm pretty sure I know where it is, but post it there. Give it a read. He's very smart. He's the coach for Team Eager, one of the pro teams. Team Eager just got a Xbox Pro team too. I think it was Team No Remorse. I think that's what it was. Who it was? But yes, Crit. He's a really smart guy. I think Nal's the coach for the Xbox team now. I think that's what I saw, but I could be wrong. Yes, go get that read. Also, go check out Crit's AMAs on Reddit. He does one every Tuesday. So actually, he's doing one today. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit farther ahead because he goes over the PC stuff, but it'll mostly still work for Xbox, of course. Yep, that's gonna about do it for me. If you have any questions about individual gods, just ask. I give you the best advice I can give. And well, hope this helped a little bit going over builds. And well, if you have any other questions, like I just said, just ask down in the comment section. I will be there to answer as quickly as I can. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video, found it helpful. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and have fun.